if you have a happy face and you're smiling, but you've had a really bad day, I'll go back again to that storm, and you say, hey, today we're going to have an awesome day. And your face is, you're smiling, but underneath all that, the horse feels and knows that you're either fearful or upset or angry. That means that you're not being coherent. They know the difference because it's been proven in studies where they've put up a happy face and then a voice behind it saying, today's an awesome day and you're going to be a great horse today. I'm excited to be here. And then they've also put up a happy face smiling and then something that was, they'd give an awesome statement and be like, you're a bad horse today. Things are not good. I'm not happy. So they know the difference. And when they did that, the horse would back away and look at that picture 3 times as long, trying to figure out what was going on and how they should react. So they know if you're in coherence, if you're truly happy or you're faking it, especially if you're fearful or you're faking it, which I have had experience with. So the best thing I can tell you is to really look at them, look at their ears, try to engage with them. And a tip that I always give to everyone is instead of just kind of opening the door to their stall and kind of going in their space, ask them right outright and say, do you mind if I come in today? 99.9% of the time, they're always going to say, sure, come on in. But it sounds funny, the human asking for that little bit of time to get that verbal yes, but it definitely establishes the communication between the horse and the human. And it puts it on a really awesome level of, hey, we're going to co-create today because we are a partnership. We are 50-50. There's 2 of us. And if one of us is down, I physically can't make up for the horse and they physically can't make up for me. So it's important that you ask their permission. So I do love communicating. I do use my empathic tools. I use my intuitive abilities. I am the bridge. I love talking to all animals. Horses are probably the most experienced in terms of what they say to me because they will joke around with me. They say serious things, but they also say things that are very impactful. They don't just talk for no reason. So I know they will speak to me with what's important and what's on their mind and what they want their human to know. And that's probably one of the best gifts that I can give to anyone is to give them the inner thoughts of their horse because all equestrians really want that deeper bond. They want to have a better ride and they want to know what's bothering their horse because 9 times out of 10, if you know, you can change it. It can be the atmosphere. It can be a trainer. My horse, I had a trainer that he hated the trainer and I had to switch trainers. And then he was a completely different happy camper. They have people that they like and they don't like. And they'll let you know right away. The ears will go back. They'll bring their head up. Their eyes will get big. And they're saying, no, and usually there's always a good reason for that. They may have seen things that you may not have seen because you're not at the barn every second. So I would say always try to listen to your horse, look for those little signs. And the way that you talk to them is to get on their wavelength, and the best way to do that is to ask them the questions of how can I help you and how are you feeling and what can I do to make this a better day for you? And they may not speak to you as clearly as they speak to me, but I guarantee you they will give you some sort of sign. And at least that is the way to start bridging the gap between the human overrunning the horse and having being more of a partnership. So that's what I do. I love talking with horses. I remove any fear as much as possible from the horse's mind and the rider's mind. I help creating boundaries. And I also love to help them learn new things because horses love to learn and they really get into trying something different. So I would say that if you feel that your horse is a little bit stuck, a little bit stubborn, why not try something different? Like bring out the cones. I love bringing out cones. My horse will go over to a little cone, pick it up, put it in his mouth. You can always get on and ride around the cones, just anything different. If you're always in the ring, go out onto the trail. If you're on the trail, go into the ring, ride with friends, try something different. Groundwork can be amazing. I mean, there's always something you can teach them. You can teach them a Spanish walk. That's always a fun one because you do that in steps. So really kind of get into thinking about, instead of how are we going to train today, let's do something like, how can we make it fun today? What can we do that's different, that's fun? Because a lot of times they get bored just like you do. That's one thing I do want you to know, is that, if you do the same 20-meter circle every single day, and if you're a dressage rider, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that dreaded circle all the time. They get bored. They're bored silly, and they're saying, like, can we just like go outside and do something else? Can we walk outside? Can we look at some trees? Maybe you can just, I don't know, you can try different bits as well. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can start to have fun with your horse. And none of them are expensive. Like I said, bring out the cones or do some groundwork. And here's one more thing I want everyone to know, and this is important. I'd like everybody to think of themselves like a battery. So if you're at 100%, you are feeling great. It's one of your most powerful days. You feel awesome. And if you're feeling ill, or you have a headache, or anything's going on with your body, or you just have a really bad day at work, and you equate yourself to a battery and you think, how powerful do I feel right now? And I feel maybe, I don't know, 25, 30%. If you feel less than 30%, even 35%, don't ride your horse, because the best way to get to them is to be 100%. And also, they get along usually pretty well with their stable mates. You'll know right away if they don't, but they will also tell me if they're not getting along with a certain someone. And it's important that you have a right fit for your horse if they're outside with the other animals, because you'll know there'll be some arguing, there'll be some whinnying. Most of you are smart enough to observe that. But it's important that they have a stable mate that they get along with and they're happy with, because if not, nobody's happy. My horse right now has a best buddy who, I guess this horse has been at the farm for over 17, 18 years, and he couldn't find anybody to get along with. And then miraculously, when Zeus came in, they came along and they're best buddies now. They're like brothers. They do everything together. They eat right next to each other. It's great. But this horse had a hard time getting along with others because he was always picked on, and my horse won't pick on him. So now they're best friends. So they will tell me if they feel uncomfortable with another horse, either, close to them in their stall. It can be over their stall, because a lot of times they can put their heads and be nose to nose over the stall, or outside as well. So I would love to help anyone if you are interested in what your horse has to say, if you need to work on your fear, if you also want to work on boundaries, or just want to know what's going on in their lives, let me know, and I will let you know exactly what they say. I'm the bridge, and I'm an equine communicator, and all my information's below in the show notes, and I look forward to helping you. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to know more about a guest on our show, please contact me at jsaillant5@outlook.com. That's J-S as in Sam, A-I-L-L-A-N-T as in Tom, 5@outlook.com. And remember, stay present, step into your power, and never give up on your dreams.